This is lesson 197 in A Course in Miracles workbook for students. This is titled, It Can Be But My Gratitude I Earn. Here is the second step we take to free your mind from the belief in outside force pitted against your own. You make attempts at kindness and forgiveness, yet you turn them to attack again unless you find external gratitude and lavish thanks. Your gifts must be received with honor, lest they be withdrawn. And so, you think God's gifts are loans at best. At worst, deceptions, which would cheat you of defenses, to ensure that when he strikes, he will not fail to kill. How easily are God and guilt confused by those who know not what their thoughts can do. Deny your strength, and weakness must become salvation to you. See yourself as bound, and bars become your home. Nor will you leave the prison house or claim your strength until guilt and salvation are not seen as one, and freedom and salvation are perceived as joined, with strength beside them, to be sought and claimed and found and fully recognized. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. Yet your thanks belongs to you as well, for its release can only mirror yours. Your gratitude is all your gifts require, and they be a lasting offering of thankful heart, released from hell forever. Is it this you would undo by taking back your gifts because they were not honored? It is you who honor them and give them fitting thanks, for it is you who have received the gifts. It does not matter if another thinks your gifts unworthy. In his mind, there is a part that joins with yours in thanking you. It does not matter if your gifts seem lost and ineffectual. They are received where they are given. In your gratitude are they accepted universally and thankfully acknowledged by the heart of God himself. And would you take them back when he has gratefully accepted them? God blesses every gift you give to him, and every gift is given him, because it can be given only to yourself. And what belongs to God must be his own. Yet you will never realize his gifts are sure, eternal, changeless, limitless, forever giving out, extending love, and adding to your never-ending joy, while you forgive, but to attack again. Withdraw the gifts you give, and you will think that what is given you has been withdrawn. But learn to let forgiveness take away the sins you think you see outside yourself, and you can never think the gifts of God are lent but for a little while before he snatches them away again in death. For death will have no meaning for you then. And with the end of this belief is fear forever over. Thank yourself for this, for he is grateful only unto God, and he gives thanks for you unto himself. To everyone who lives will Christ yet come, for everyone must live and move in him. His being in his Father is secure, because their will is one. Their gratitude to all they have created has no end, for gratitude remains a part of love. Thanks be to you, the Holy Son of God, for as you were created, you contain all things within yourself, and you are still as God created you. Nor can you dim the light of your perfection. In your heart, the heart of God is laid. He holds you dear because you are himself. All gratitude belongs to you because of what you are. Give thanks as you receive it. Be you free of all ingratitude to anyone who makes yourself complete. And from this self is no one left outside. Give thanks for all the countless channels which extend this self. All that you do is given unto him. All that you think can only be his thoughts, sharing with him the holy thoughts of God. Earn now the gratitude you have denied yourself when you forgot the function God has given you. But never think that He has ever ceased to offer thanks to you. I shall read the companion text channeled by Tina Louise Spalding. She has this available on YouTube for the public as well. And I highly recommend that because you can hear the one we know as Jesus, as he describes himself, channeling in that moment that message, which is absolutely incredible. I do not have that gift. And so, what is this hair doing? It's stretching out to say hello. Hello. Okay. So, lesson 197 in the companion text. It can be but my gratitude I earn. And it says, you are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. Gratitude is very close in frequency to love. Gratitude means that you understand what is going on here. Gratitude for what you have shows you understand that what you don't have was not meant to be yours right now. This seems contradictory because we tell you that you have been given everything and you have been given everything, but you cannot experience everything all at once. It would be too overwhelming for you. Through gratitude, you set the stage for a future as beautiful as the present, because through gratitude, you are saying everything is as perfect as it should be. Even if you've given your brother something and he did not recognize the gift you gave him, you still gave the gift. Since there is no separation between your brother and you have only given the gift to yourself anyway. God's all-encompassing arms hold all this giving, taking, and receiving. So whenever you give anything, you give it to God. So give your best to you. Be kind to yourself. That is a gift to God, and you honor God. When you attack yourself, you blaspheme against God. You do not think of it this way. You think you just hurt your little old self, but you do, in fact, attack God. You are an idea in the mind of God. Would you treat that badly? Your brother or sister is an idea in the mind of God. Would you treat God badly? You must remember the magnitude of the game you play here. You are playing with God and yourself. You are playing with consciousness that is all-encompassing, which is a magnificent and powerful thing to behold. You think all the little games you play are tiny, but they are creative with all your magnificent abilities behind them. When you attack somebody, renege on a promise, hurt somebody, or judge others, you are using the power of a God in that unloving thought, word, and deed. Make sure you use your gratitude for everything. Thank those beings in your life that cause you difficulty because they sharpen your practice. They give you something to forgive. They give you something challenging to forgive, and you receive great rewards for doing that, not because God blesses you, but because you demonstrate your understanding of what is going on here. You are sacred beings, and we want you to treat each other as such. We want you to treat yourselves as such. Be grateful that you have this opportunity to remove all the unloving thoughts from your minds. Be grateful to those who show you how hateful or angry you can be. Be grateful to them because they help you with your practice by revealing the dark shadows hidden beneath the surface of your consciousness. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. There are so many things here. Oh my goodness. So many things. So many years of personal reading and studying on my own that are summed up so amazingly in just this one lesson. You know, the constant reminder that whatever we do to others, we're truly doing to ourselves. These concepts are huge and yet so simple. We are all in God. You know, some might even say we are all God. Whether you must conceive of it as fragmented pieces of God or little particles of God, or as it was shown to me one time, if you took a ball that was glass and shattered it into innumerable, like just so many pieces you can't count, that we were all tiny little pieces that would come back together to form this grand thing. Except the thing is that the grand thing is always there. It's always, that grand thing is always solid. It is only in the context of our human minds that we see ourselves as pieces, because our human minds just aren't able to really grasp, as Christ said so beautifully in this, what's really going on here. What we do to others, we are really doing to ourselves. That is not the place to begin, though. The place to begin is at the beginning of these workbook lessons, where we learn that the only value anything has is the value that we give it. I said to my son tonight, I attended a lovely group meeting with some friends I haven't seen in a very long time. And it was quite a beautiful, wonderful experience. And my friend gave my son a rose quartz stone, and I asked her for one as well. And I had taken the one that had jumped at him, like almost literally. It had like tried to it seemed like leap out of her hand to him, and he didn't want that one. He chose a different one, and I decided that I wanted the one that tried to jump into his lap. I told him that if he held onto that stone, it would make him feel better. And then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't tell him that. Maybe I shouldn't tell him that it will make him feel better. But he said, it'll make me feel better, Mom. And I looked at him and I said, it has whatever power you give it. That is true. So the only value anything has is the value that we give it. Doesn't matter if it's money. Look at money. Just look at it. Look at the US dollar. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. You know, if I had no food, and all of the farmers who live around me only had enough food for their families and didn't have any left to sell to me, would it matter if I had a stack of cash? How valuable is that money then, if it can't buy the thing that I need to sustain the body? When you really look at the world that we live in and the way we are taught, what we are taught to value, if you can't eat it, if you can't drink it, what is it worth? Once you understand that, you can go up to another level. What brings you the most joy in a day? Is it a hug from a friend? A smile? Those are the things that uplift the soul, that inspire and motivate. These kindnesses, without thought, without pretext, a natural act of love. These are the valuable things that we can create in our world that cost nothing and give everything. They cost nothing and give everything. That experience I had this evening with my friends could not be bought from me. No one could pay me to take that. I would not choose $1 million over that experience I had sitting in a room with my friends. Because the smiles that we shared and the hugs that we shared and the energy that we moved around that room and the love that was there. The joy of sitting with like-minded people with like intentions. You cannot place value, monetary value on that. In our societies across this planet, we have been manipulated into taking lives from men, women, and children to feed the greed machine and line the pockets of those doing the manipulating. Those of you who don't know this will. It will all come to light because it must. All of our fallen soldiers who gave their lives doing the right thing, what they thought was the right thing, were manipulated by a system of greed for wars that never needed fought. Because you had the same person who was given the order to send our troops to war that was twisting the minds of the people who wanted to fight with us, to hate us, and us to hate them. These things were manufactured. They've been writing plays and enlisting us all as the actors in the play. I am so sorry to have to tell this. It is time that we know. It is time that we forgive. It is time that we see each other and that we see that we have all been enslaved and manipulated. All of us. In our minds, we are all slaves. We are all hamsters on the same wheel, feeding the greed machine. Thank you for that correction. That is what we have been. Not anymore. Not anymore. Today, we are sovereign beings. We are eternal beings. We are the embodiment of love. Just as, beloved, Christ was the embodiment of love, so too are we. Once we know it, we will act like it. And we will join together and we will fight our common enemy. And who is that? Anyone who tries to tear us apart. Anyone who tries to make us fight with each other. Any system, any program, anybody who tries to tell us that we are guilty. Victims no more. In peace and love, may you be blessed.